The iPhone 13 could pack some very big surprises when it launches this fall. We got some new information that makes the iPhone 13 lineup more exciting than it has ever been before, some new juicy details, but also some other information that makes this phone a little less exciting and a little more boring. Let me break it all down. Let me tell you exactly what you need to know. These are the 11 biggest surprises, biggest features, basically the biggest things coming to the iPhone 13 lineup this year. This is the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything in between. And a big thanks to Brilliant for sponsoring this video. From the outside, it may seem like not a whole lot is happening with Apple right now. They just wrapped up a couple of big events. They're working hard on the software releases coming to the iPhone, the iPad, Apple Watch, Mac, and other devices later this fall, and things seem to be more tranquil, quiet, and calm than they've been in a while. But if you're on the inside of Apple, that is not the case at all, because this is crunch time for the iPhone 13. It is time to get everything finalized, everything ready to go, and mass production will soon start on this new fleet of iPhones, if it hasn't already, to make sure the units are ready to go, packaged, and just basically ready to be sold when the phones become official sometime this September. And thanks to our friend Sunny Dixon, we've got our first real look at the iPhone 13 lineup. These are dummy models of the iPhone 13 mini, the iPhone 13, the 13 Pro, and the 13 Pro Max, and there is a lot to cover with this new lineup of iPhones. Let's just start it off with the stuff we are fairly confident about, starting first with the notch and the Pro Motion display. It's safe to say that all iPhone 13 models launching this year will have a slightly smaller notch on top of that display. Now, don't go crazy and expect a notchless iPhone or a hole punch iPhone. Those could be coming sometime maybe next year or the year after. But this year, we just have a slightly smaller notch on top of the iPhone 13's display. And if you're looking at the 13 Pro and Pro Max, those phones should finally have, knock on wood, a ProMotion 120Hz refresh rate display. It also appears that all iPhone 13 models this year will also get physically larger batteries inside as well. So that was always one of the big concerns with adding 5G and ProMotion displays, is what the impact could be on battery. This year, it seems like Apple is reversing course from last year, and instead of taking away battery capacity and putting smaller batteries in, they're putting bigger batteries in all iPhone 13 models this year, which should be great for efficiency, as well as the new A15 processor that should be more powerful, should also be efficient as well. And according to recent leaks and rumors, that processor already entered mass production last month back in May, so things are rolling right ahead and all is on track for the iPhone 13 to launch this September. But in addition to all the stuff we know, there is plenty that we not only just don't know, but a lot of rumors that straight up just contradict each other, and you kind of have to sort of choose your fighter in a sense and choose who you believe is right when it comes to some of these iPhone rumors. For example, there was a new report out by TrendForce that says the iPhone 13 will be capped at 512 gigabytes of capacity, while Apple leaker John Prosser says there will be a 1 terabyte version of the iPhone coming this fall. Depending on who you believe, you'll either get a lot of storage in your iPhone 13 Pro or just what we've had for years, which is just about half a terabyte. There's also some confusion on the camera setup for the iPhone 13 series as well. While some analysts believe that LiDAR could expand throughout the entire iPhone 13 lineup, so all models from the Mini all the way to the Pro Max would all have LiDAR sensors built in, while other analysts, and sort of the kind of a majority opinion, is that LiDAR will remain a Pro and feature only again this year, only a LiDAR sensor on the 13 Pro and 13 Pro Max. We've also got a bunch of rumors of these really exciting features potentially coming to the 13 and 13 Pro series, but we just haven't had additional confirmation. Like from Max Weinbach, we heard that the iPhone 13 could feature an always-on display, which would be super cool and super customizable. We could get portrait mode video and maybe an astrophotography mode. All really cool features that could very well come with the 13 series and do kind of line up with what Apple is doing with the iPad Pro and what just makes sense for the 13 and 13 Pro. But we just haven't had additional confirmation to kind of let us know that those features are in fact coming and on track to launch with this year's iPhone 13 lineup. But what will probably be the biggest surprise of all, the one feature that just has not leaked and we just do not know for certain if it's happening or if it's not happening, is the existence of both Face ID and Touch ID on the iPhone 13, either in the form of being built into the power button or going under display with some sort of ultrasonic under display Touch ID reader, which would be super cool to see. And this is a weird rumor because we had heard from multiple sources like Wall Street Journal, Bloomberg, Barclays, Ming-Chi Kuo at one point that there was at least one 2021 iPhone 13 model that had both Face ID and Touch ID, and it looked like it was sort of, at least at one point, a done deal and coming for sure this fall. But now it's been a significant amount of time since we've heard any more information on this, and sort of the longer we go without hearing any new info on this, the more it seems like it's less likely to happen. I'm sorry to say that I don't think the iPhone 13 will have Touch ID and Face ID. I would love to be proven wrong on this, but it just doesn't seem as of right now like it's gonna happen. What makes this even more confusing is that a new research note by Apple analyst Ming-Chi Kuo says that the 2022 iPhone lineup, maybe called the iPhone 14, is it too early to start giving names to those iPhones? Whatever you call those iPhones, those will at least sport one model that does have both Touch ID and Face ID. According to Ming-Chi Kuo, it's happening in 2022, so does that mean it's not happening in 2021? I guess it kind of depends on who you're basing your information off of and who you're kind of trusting to give you this info. Also, according to Ming-Chi Kuo, Apple is going to debut 4 new iPhone models next year in 2022, but there will not be a mini. So there will be 2 versions of the iPhone in sort of this lower tier, a 6.1 inch and 6.7 inch iPhone 14, and then a Pro end tier, so a 6.1 inch and 6.7 inch 14 Pro and Pro Max. So kind of in a weird turn of events, there will not be a 14 mini, so you'll still get the 6.1 inch version of the 14, but you'll get a larger screen 14 to sort of be in its place or sort of be in addition to. So I guess it's kind of nice that if you wanted a larger screen iPhone, but you don't want to kind of ball out for the Pro Max, you don't need the extra cameras and all the other features and stuff like that, you should be able to get, rumor has it, a under $1,000, maybe around $900 iPhone 14 Max with a 6.7 inch display. Might not have all the bells and whistles and the special features, but it could be yours for a lower price than the high price tag of the Pro Max model. And yes, we are getting confirmation from more sources that the iPhone 13 mini launching this fall will be the last mini iPhone that Apple has plans to produce for a while. There will still be the sort of lower tier, more affordable iPhone SE, but if you want sort of a mini iPhone that's sort of in the flagship realm of all the newest iPhones that have the latest and greatest features, that's gonna be the one coming this year. There will not be a 14 mini, there will not be a smaller iPhone coming in sort of this flagship tier in 2022. So if you are a fan of smaller iPhones and you want sort of most of the bells and whistles of sort of the flagship series, then buy the iPhone 13 mini, because it doesn't look like there's a mini iPhone coming after that anytime soon, if ever again. Something else that hasn't really gotten leaked is the color of the new iPhone Pro series. We had midnight green, we had Pacific blue, we've heard rumors of maybe an orange sort of bronze-y color. We've heard rumors of a matte black color, which would be super cool to see. What color would you like to see on the flagship iPhone? And what other colors would you like to see on the iPhone 13? Will purple be sticking around since we got that sort of as a late addition to the iPhone 12 lineup? Maybe we could see purple remain on the iPhone 13. We're not sure what we could see, but what would be your favorite color that you'd love to see on the upcoming iPhone 13? Let us know down below. And to clear up a couple more iPhone rumors in rapid fire succession here, no, there will not be a folding iPhone 13 coming this year, though a folding iPhone is on the horizon and could launch in the next year or two. And no, there will not be a portless iPhone or a USB-C iPhone. Lightning is gonna be around for at least another year. It lives to see another day, and Lightning will be here this year, though maybe we could see portless next year on the iPhone 14, though we're still a little early to predict if that's happening or not. Now, as much as I wish I could solve all the lingering questions about the iPhone 13, I cannot. But what I can start to do is sort of learn the fundamentals of technology and how technology works in so many various ways these days, plus a whole lot more with this video's sponsor, Brilliant. Brilliant is a problem-solving based website and app that has over 60 interactive courses in math, science, and computer science. But these are not just regular old online courses. Brilliant takes a unique approach that is much more interactive, much more engaging, surprising, and just a whole lot more fun, and really helps you learn and puts what you're learning, kind of those concepts, to actual practice. Personally, I've always been fascinated with computer science. I really kind of wanted to learn the fundamentals and how those different kind of parts of technology work together, and I have just had an absolute blast learning on Brilliant. And if you get stumped on something or you get a question wrong, Brilliant has got an excellent explainer that sort of breaks down the concept and helps you sort of get back on track, something I had to reference on more than one occasion. it's okay. So whether you want to learn how search engines work, the basics of gravitational physics, or a whole lot more in between, Brilliant is the one place to go to make it happen and start learning for yourself today. If you want to check it out for yourself, hit the link down below or go to brilliant.org/theapplecircle to sign up for free today. And if you go through that special link, the first 200 people will get 20% off an annual premium plan on Brilliant. It is awesome. Highly recommend you guys check it out. Start learning for yourself today. Challenge your mind and learn more at Brilliant by going to the link down below or brilliant.org/theapplecircle. Now, in addition to all this cool iPhone 13 stuff and all the new models that could launch, there are a number of other products that we could see launch at the September Apple event as well. We're still waiting, for example, for AirPods 3, sort of this hybrid of AirPods Pro and AirPods 2, this update that many people have long been waiting for. That could launch at the September event. We heard that it was supposed to sort of enter mass production in the latter part of 2021, which sort of is the fall. So maybe we could see the AirPods 3 finally launch alongside the iPhone 13. That does sort of make sense. And we're also still waiting, sort of elephant in the room, is for these new M1X, M2 MacBook Pros. They're the redesigned models with no touch bar. They bring back the ports. They've got a little bit of redesign on there as well, maybe a mini LED display. These were rumored for WWDC, but obviously that did not happen. And there are now new rumors and more speculation that we could see this launch sometime in the fall, maybe at the September event, maybe Apple does an October event. We're not sure when we could see these, but there is a good guess right now in the community that we could see them launch sometime, hopefully this fall. Of course, there's the Apple Watch Series 7 that is sort of a done deal at this point. It looks super cool, and based off the renders, this could get a really nice sort of industrialized, sort of a flat-edged redesign that looks super cool. I hope the Series 7 looks like these renders. And also, we've got a number of other Macs as well that could potentially launch at this time. Maybe a new Mac Mini geared towards pros, maybe that new redesigned MacBook Air, and then also the iPad Mini that sort of takes the design language of the iPad Pro with slim bezels, maybe Touch ID built into the power button or Face ID. That could also launch at the September event as well. We heard rumors from Bloomberg that that could launch before the end of this year. Maybe that could be a November announcement, a December announcement. Apple is not afraid to wait until the very end of the year, but if we're going to be optimistic, maybe we could see this launch sometime in the fall alongside a bunch of other new Apple hardware. So that is a preview of what we could see launch from Apple sometime this fall, hopefully as soon as September. And what are your thoughts on the iPhone 13? Is there a specific color you are really excited to see? Is there a feature coming to the camera or a feature coming to the screen that gets you really excited? Or is there just not enough this year to make it a compelling upgrade and you're just gonna sit it out and wait for the iPhone 14? Curious, what are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments down below if this looks like an exciting upgrade or not. I'm Robert Rosenfeld from the Apple Circle. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.